Hello, my name is Bulsa, and I have chosen to do my project on crocodiles. I hope you guys enjoy the presentation. The first question is, are crocodiles perceived and treated differently by different cultural groups, and what psychological factors might cause this to happen? Let me start broadly by introducing and talking a little bit about the crocodile species. Crocodiles are large aquatic reptiles that live throughout the tropics in Africa, Asia, America, and Australia. Today, crocodiles are one of the few remaining links to the prehistoric past. As predator and prey, crocodiles play a valuable role in the health of many aquatic environments. Crocodiles have had prominent roles in the myths and legends of various cultures around the world. Originating mainly in Africa, one of the most famous forms of the crocodile, the Nile crocodile, has become one of the most symbolic themes in the religious values of ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians worshipped the crocodile god known as Sobek. Sobek was represented as having a symbolic crocodile head and symbolized ultimate power, protection, and fertility to the ancient Egyptians. Ultimately, the ancient Egyptians perceived the crocodile as a symbolism of discernment, judgment, authority, guidance, and as a terrifying predator. Diverse views were obtained in the Filipino culture. In the Filipino culture, crocodiles are seen as vermin and considered a severe threat to children and livestock. Crocodiles are stereotyped as ferocious monsters or bloodthirsty man-eaters and associated with greed. Crocodiles have always played a part in human culture. Traditionally, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have had a special relationship with crocodiles. They are the focus of stories, songs, dances, and arts. Some groups regard crocodiles as religious icons and totems, while others believe they are spirits of ancestors. Crocodiles are also a food source for some traditional groups who take eggs from nests and hunt adults. While being worshipped as holy creatures in some regions, crocodiles were hunted for their meat and skin elsewhere. Apart from food, products were also used for medical purposes. The second question is, should we be concerned about the welfare of these animals? Why or why not, and what specific concerns are there for these animals? Concern for animal welfare is often based on the belief that non-human animals are sentient and that consideration should be given to their well-being or suffering. There is a large area of research supporting the fact that we should be highly concerned about the welfare of these crocodile species. The main threat to crocodiles around the world is human activity, including hunting and habitat destruction. Early in the 1970s, more than 2 million wild crocodile skins of a variety of species had been traded, driving down the majority of crocodile populations. So, why should we be concerned about the welfare of these animals? And what specific concerns are there? As previously explained, crocodiles continue to be hunted today for their body parts to be used for food sources and for other medical and commercial purposes. Almost 23 species of large crocodiles have been overexploited by hide hunting and are under varying degrees of threat and extinction. Their hides are tanned and used to make leather products such as shoes, handbags, and suitcases. The most critical threat facing threatened crocodile is the loss of fragmentation of natural habitats. The loss of swamps, wetlands, and other natural systems reduce potential habitat for many species. In addition, the remaining patches of habitat are often too small and limited for species to survive in. In addition, many crocodile species have limited dispersal ability and cannot easily occupy unsuitable habitats. Lastly, people have long considered crocodiles to be a danger to human existence, and for this reason, they have been hunted for safety and protection reasons. I personally believe that crocodile welfare should be considered as a major concern. Based on previous research studies, it is clear that crocodiles are also a major tourist attraction throughout northern Australia, both in the wild and in wildlife sanctuaries. One study also suggested that crocodiles play an important role in the ecosystem. Crocodiles are known as a species that cleans up the river as they eat carcasses of other species and balance its population in the habitat. These have been seen as a major role to ensure rivers are functioning smoothly. Do these animals have rights? The answer is yes, crocodiles do have animal rights. These animals have been and continue to be prone to much human activity and therefore need to be protected from the dangers of humanity. How would a utilitarian determine how they should be treated, and how can we find out their preferences? This question can be answered in terms of the animal preference approach. Like many scientists, we can find out what an animal prefers by giving it a choice between two or more alternatives and observing whether one of these is consistently selected. The animal's preference can be measured either as the amount of time the animal spends with the resource or simply the choice of resource that is selected. In terms of welfare for the crocodile species, a study could be conducted on food preference or desire for different habitats by simply observing the behavior of the animal in two situations. We could also assess crocodile preferences through the biological functioning approach. This approach aims to assess how well the crocodile is functioning through observations of physiological responses. It also involves looking at crocodile injuries, disease, and bodily organs such as the heart and the kidneys. A final approach is the feelings-based approach, which focuses on understanding and assessing animal welfare in terms of the emotional states. It is obvious that such feelings of pain, fear, and happiness matter to animals and are significant aspects of determining welfare.